Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Before I get into this article here regarding Germany's Chancellor Olaf Scholz and the President of the Russian Federation Vladimir Putin, I would like to give you an analogy, my analogy of how I see the world we currently are in. And I think that's the way it always was. Look at it as for instance, when I was a child, we had a schoolyard, a school, and then it was the schoolyard. That was the neighborhood's place of gathering. We children used to meet over there after classes and used to play. Some of us were playing football, some of us were playing tennis, some of us were chasing girls, some of them were smoking, some of them were fighting, some of us got smacked and all that. And after a while, you understand the dynamics of the schoolyard, which is you know who you should not challenge, who you should be running away from, who you should, if you're with your girlfriend, should avoid, and so on. You would understand. And you get smacked many times by the strongest guys in the neighborhood. So the same thing is on this planet. You have countries that smack other countries. And they get their whatever they have. And they just bully them. But after a while, you grow. And the person who was bullying you, reaches a ceiling. And you might grow, obviously you catch up. And maybe in the meantime you start practicing some sports, maybe some, boxing, judo, karate, whatever is legal and whatever was illegal. And then you get to challenge this guy. After you've been beaten by this guy all these years and you were bullied and all that, you did not forget it. So at one time you will challenge the bully, the big guy. You have the self-esteem and you can beat him up. And then probably you're going to get in a big fight with that guy. And while you fight, you're going to let him have everything you have in your soul from the past. And you're not forgotten any of the moments when he beat you up. And if you can win, or at least during that fight, you would fight like it's the end of the world. So, and after that, guess what's going to happen? You are going to earn some respect from that guy. Or he's going to get out, not come in the schoolyard because of his ego was really hurt, and maybe you are going to become the next bully. So this is what's going on here, I think, with United States and Russia. United States and Russia, let's take it after let's say 1945. Until 1991, there were two bullies in the schoolyard. Since 1991, only one remained the bully, and this guy was kicking other countries in the teeth. However, he felt like, let's put it on feminine, however she felt like, to be inclusive. However she felt, she was kicking everybody in the teeth. Now this guy grew. This guy grew, but not so fast. And this guy caught up. And now it's that little thing, meeting between the two, when this guy tells her, hey, you know what? You gotta respect me and maybe you should apologize. And this guy is not ready to give up his position yet. So he's gonna fight this guy. And that happens, I think, in Ukraine right now. So what's going on here? We have little guys like Germany. Germany used to be great. Now, I don't think it's that great anymore. The nation is great. The culture, I don't know about it. They can look back in their history, and philosophy, music, and so on. But nowadays, I don't think so. I don't think it's the case. They still make the Mercedes and the BMWs and all that, but I don't know. We'll see how far that's gonna, how much longer that would last. And we have Scholz. Scholz is the chancellor, I think he's not very bright, chancellor of Germany. Germany is a vassal state of the big guy, which is not big guy, big girl, United States of America. And he supposedly will contact Vladimir Putin. So look at this article, Reuters, how these guys are still looking down on Russia and Putin. Look at the title. German Chancellor Scholz, so he's German Chancellor Scholz, says he plans to speak with Putin soon. Who the hell is Putin? Is that his student? Who's Putin? Now, a good or a balanced, I would say, headline would have been German Chancellor Scholz says he plans to speak to President of the Russian Federation, Putin, which is going to be down below here a little bit. Look at this guy. So this guy wants to talk to Putin, right? Why? First, Germany doesn't have its independent foreign policy or any kind of, I don't think, is independent whatsoever. So what? First, he has no power. Zero. Even let's say Putin says, yes, Scholz, let's discuss, let's talk. He has no authority. It's like you, for instance, you go to, you have an argument at the store and you speak with a person that really has no authority to solve your problem. That's why you say, who is the person who can solve my problem? That's what I do. Okay, you are this. Okay, what's your title? This. Can you solve my problem? Can you change this? If you can't, I waste my time with you. Give me the person who can change this. I don't care. Give me that person. Not to be, but waste my time, waste your time. I'm here to solve the problem. If you can't solve it, then give me the person who can. So Scholz cannot solve any problems. And now Scholz goes or wants to talk to Putin about what? I'm going to tell you exactly what he wants to talk to Putin about. So he wants to speak, he said on Saturday that he planned to speak with the Russia's President Vladimir Putin, good job here, normality, by phone soon to urge him to withdraw Russia's troops from Ukraine. Now you tell me how delusional, how stupid, or how weasel should you be to think that you're going to convince him? And first, why should Putin listen to you? Who are you? You, in the Russian vision of the world, you fucked us up with the Minsk agreements. You, France, remember? You fucked us up. Why? Because you didn't do what you're supposed to do. You signed that, you didn't care. So, for the Russians, this is a backstab, to use that kind of expression. So, I don't know what this guy thinks he's going to do. This is what Putin is going to tell him. Hey, Scholz, we got 4 points for which we got involved with the Americans. Remember those 4? We got into it. We're not going to go halfway and then come back. I told you that a little joke that my English friend, starts with a J, his name, told me. Well, he was making inappropriate jokes about Irish people and Scots. I gotta tell you that. He was making fun of them and all that, and all that. He said a joke that one day, and I'm not saying this, to insult anybody. I'm just giving you so you understand what the hell I'm talking about here with Scholz and Putin. Why Putin would not go back. So he said, this guy, the Englishman, he said that it was an Irish guy who started swimming the English Channel to cross it. He got halfway and then he got tired and he turned back. I mean, instead of going the other half, he turned back. See, he was laughing about it. Okay, so now you think that Putin, he's halfway, let's put it this way. He got into this. He got all the problems. He got the military. Do you think that he's going to just go, I failed. I'm going to go back now when I can go forward? I'm not losing. Maybe I don't like what's going on, but I think I'm losing because I see the West, faltering economically, militarily, and as a unity. So I don't know what Scholz thinks that is going to get from Putin. There are 2 opposite views on what's going on. Maybe not views, because I think I'm 99.9 certain that they know exactly what time it is. Both of them, and they got the right time both. United States knows what she's doing in Ukraine. The Russians know what these guys are doing in Ukraine. So they know. They just play like these guys are saying, you want this? No, we want freedom, democracy, we just help Ukraine. But they know, she knows what's going on. It's just people here that they don't have to know. So I don't know what Putin has to talk with Scholz, and I don't know why Scholz wants to talk to Putin, honestly. He's not going to convince anything. Now, let's go here at the bottom. of this, it says that I plan to do it again soon. It's not reasonable to force Ukraine to approve and accept the raid that Putin has perpetrated and that parts of Ukraine become Russian just like that, he said, adding he would work to ensure that NATO does not get drawn into the war. You know NATO is in a war. That's one thing they don't have over there, troops on the ground. Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov told the TASS news agency that no talks with Scholz were currently planned in Putin's schedule. So I don't know what these guys are talking about. Maybe, he plans to talk, but there's nothing there yet. And I guarantee you nothing will come out of that. First, you have no authority. Second, from the Russians' perspective, you are a backstabber. Third, you are weak. I don't even know why you call me. Why should I talk to you? We are not on the same par. From the Russian perspective, Germany is not on the same level. United States, and this is another thing that Russia tries. Russia tries to get respect. And these guys are not eager or willing yet, or she is not willing yet to give, okay, now, you know what, I'm not going to be the toughest guy in the schoolyard. I'm going to be with Putin and China. Do you think that's the way it goes? I've never seen this happening in a schoolyard. You know how you get that? With this. That's how you get it. You fight and you challenge the guy. And then you earn respect. That's how it is in the world. Do you think it's differently? Do you think that we're civilized? Oh no, we have the United Nations. We have all these, ways of... No! Look, for instance, as the United States. When the United States does not like something, what happens? Threats, blackmail, regime change, attacks. And the other ones are seeing what's going on here. So there's no turning back here from the Russians' side. And the other ones, they have to decide how they're going to get out of this. Are they going to continue? What's going to happen with them? And remember, if the Russians do not lose, let's say Putin is not, and others are over there, about 300, as I say, are not out, both sides will agree to what the Russians asked at the beginning. I'm 99% certain they will reach that point. Where the NATO countries, United States that is going to come and say to the Russians, you know what, let's talk about this, we give you, like they didn't lose. It's the same thing, it's going to be the same thing as the Cuban Missile Crisis. The same thing, which started with Khrushchev telling Kennedy, take your freaking nuclear weapons, Jupiter, out of Turkey. That's how it started, but here you don't hear that. And what happened? The guy says, exactly like this guy said, beat it, we don't talk to you, we do whatever we want. And the guy said, yeah, okay, we're gonna make you. I wanna see it. And they got him. How they did? We're gonna do the same thing to you. Oh no, you can't. And eventually what happens? After they agreed, after the standoff, Kennedy agreed in 6 months to take his missiles, rockets, Jupiter from Turkey. That's what happened. And here, nobody says that, because if you look at it, who lost? I want you to get out of here. And you say, no, I don't want to. I'm going to make you. And you get out. Eventually, I make you get out. What does it mean? Who won? You or I won? Obviously, I won. I made you do something you didn't want to do. And you said, I'm not going to do it. And I say, watch me. And I get you out. That means I won. So if Khrushchev told Kennedy, get your missiles out of Turkey, and the guy said no, and eventually he made him take them out, who won? You don't hear that story interpretation here. Why? You're not going to destroy the balls of the American people, would you? So the same thing will be with, and why should you? The Russians are doing the same thing, right? They won this, they won that, and they lost nothing. So the same thing is over here. You're going to see that Americans will also win, and NATO will win, even though probably 99% I'm certain they will grant Russia all those 4 things that Russia asked in 2021. The 4 points. Demilitarization, neutrality, no NATO, and that's it. You're going to see that. Not denazification and all that would not matter much. You're going to see. And those areas that now belong to Russia either will remain into Russian hands, or there will be something under the Russian protection. We belong to Ukraine, but we'll be under the Russian protection, something like that. Sovereign, but a part of Ukraine, something like that. And they will say, we both won. And they will tell the story at home, hey, we beat them, yeah, we beat them. That's, I think, what's going to be. Unless these guys are going to be quick. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Scholz has no power. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.